Hey everybody, here we are. We are live. I am trying out a new voice setup. So my levels are very hot. Doesn't matter. We are going to see how it goes. We're waiting for Pops to arrive. We are going to continue to do the weekly political podcast with Dad. Now, what is the point of this? I believe, what value can we add to an internet that is already having a lot of fun with the Kamala Harris election? And I believe what value we can have is to add literally anyone out there, normal people, as many quote unquote normal Americans as possible need to be involved in our politics and talk about it. Then, you know, maybe put your opinions out there. So that's what we're going to do. While we drink some Coke, zero sugar here. What do I think? I think I am clipping out. So I'm going to turn this down just a little bit, try to get my levels in. That's very hot, very hot. How's that? That looks pretty good. I think that'll work. Oh, it clipped again. All right. We're going to eventually nail this. We will eventually nail this. But we're trying out lots of different scenarios until then. All right. Well, Pop should be by here any second. I did send him the link, and I am using my phone for the camera, so I can't really check to see if he got it or not. Look at the incredible difference in the camera quality. This is iPhone 13 Pro, and then if I switch, this is my Thunderbolt monitor display camera. I still like this camera, but it is night and day. This is a 720p webcam. And this is I guess it's out in 10. I know this isn't 720p too, but it just shows how much better the camera quality is from the lens and other things going on in there. All right, so let's start talking about Kamala. We'll get it in before Pop shows up. Man, what a week. Where do you even begin? There's been so much go on in the past couple weeks. It's been hard to keep up. It appears that the plan, it seems, from what I've been able to gather from, dozens and dozens of hours of listening to my favorite independent journalists, is it appeared the premier timeline went like this. You knock off Donald Trump right before the convention, right? That's what they wanted to happen. There's been people say that he got shot in the ear on purpose. That, to me, is insane. I don't think I would be in on that one. Like, hey, can you just shoot a hole in my ear from 140 yards away just to help me win the election? I don't think I would be okay with that. I think I would not be okay with that. So yeah, I don't think that happened. I think they really wanted to take him out right before the convention. And there was a huge push at the beginning of the convention for Trump not to pick J.D. Vance, who is incredibly against the Ukraine war, wants nothing to do with that. And Trump picked him anyway. I think the reason he picked him was because they just tried to kill him. So, in a spectacular fashion, it kind of blew up on him. Kind of blew up on him a little bit. But say they had gotten Trump, then you could have nominated Nikki Haley at the convention. It would have been complete pandemonium. The powers that be would have had a much easier time pushing their agenda. I can hear Frozen in the background, so I'm going to try reduce mic background noise. Let's turn that on and see how it sounds, if it works. Hopefully it will work. Okay. Yeah, then you could have had Nikki Haley, and they had already floated this story. I guess they were so proud of its construction that they wanted to go ahead and put it out there and see how it worked. But I believe within just a day of the attempted Trump assassination, they blamed it on a Chinese person. They blamed it on Putin. It was his idea. And then they big time blamed it on Iran. It was an Iranian plot to take out the president. And that seems to be what they were going to do, because they had been planning for quite a while to take Biden out. And it was to switch in Biden with Kamala real quick. What gives that away to me mostly? It was the quickness with which, I believe there was a day there where you tried to type in Biden on Twitter and it just went straight to the Kamala page. That was like the afternoon of him writing the letter with the proverbial, pew pew to his head. Hey, Dad's here. Let's add him to the conversation. And hey, Dad.
Hey.
I'm just recounting what I feel like has went on the past few weeks, or what the timeline was that they had planned for, that I felt like they wanted to do. And I was telling the audience how I felt like the plan was to take Trump out, and then at the convention nominate Nikki Haley or Marco Rubio or some other war hawk like that.
Yeah. Well, anything's possible. I've seen that.
And hang on. Yeah. And nominate some war hawk. And then blame it on Iran. Blame it on Iran.
No, and it's Trump's fault.
Well, Trump would be dead in my scenario.
Okay.
Not that I want him dead. I think the deep state wanted him dead. And this was their plan. They knew they were going to take out Biden, so they would replace Biden with Harris, and then you could have a Kamala Harris versus a Nikki Haley election. And either way, you'd get war with Iran. I think they knew Netanyahu was going to come and give his speech and dump some gasoline on the idea of starting a war with Iran. Like I showed you in that video last week of, I can't remember his name. I think it was General Wesley Clark, where he named the 7 countries that they wanted to invade, starting with Iraq, and then he did Libya, Somalia, Syria, ending with Iran. I think they know that the economy, our massive debt is going to be coming due here very soon. And they need some massive crisis to try to paper over this precipitous collapse that's coming. And they could knock out many, many birds with one Iranian stone by starting the ultimate war in the Middle East. And that would allow them to crash the economy, go to war with Russia and China in the Middle East. And, you could get many, many Christian fundamentalists to go along with you, because they would see it as the ultimate war of Armageddon on the side of Israel against Iran, Gog and Magog. But Trump didn't die. So that is a difficult thing for them to do. And I think we may have bought ourselves some time. And that leads us to Cackling Kamala. And if you don't vote for her, Dad, you are a blank. That's the name of this show. If you don't vote for Kamala,
you're a racist and you hate women.
You are a racist who hates women.
Hate women.
Now we might get through the algorithm for a couple days until this video processes. But as soon as they find out that at the 10-minute and 30-second mark we said racist who hates women, that will be
Yeah, if he's worried about you being on YouTube, you wouldn't have called your dad. So
that's true. It's worth it to call Dad. It's worth it to call Dad. Definitely good to be on. How's my mic sound? Can you hear me okay?
Oh, I can hear you good.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to know. What are your thoughts before we start rolling some videos and things like that? Where's your head at this week?
This week, I tell you what, your head's, I don't know, your thoughts are like all over the place because it's just like it's political chaos.
It certainly is.
It's just chaotic, and it's you can't help but laugh. It's like Homer Simpson said, it's funny, but it's true, and there's, it's more of a thing like, well, let's see which clown has the best circus. And, because if you look at the political landscape right now, I swear, South Park episodes are more serious.
Did you see that Amazon banned my friend Caleb's Kamala Harris book? Did you see that Jimmy Dore video?
No, but I seen you talk about it.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. Oh, guess what? This is late breaking news. I see that somebody's done a meme with kind of like them Trump cartoon characterizations, of him as Superman and all this stuff. Yeah, they come out today. It's Kamala in a Captain America uniform, with a meme that says a superhero to help save America.
Wow.
And I'm like, okay, you can't. Yeah.
Let's see.
This is what you call, I love their candidates. They got one that's selected, not elected.
Selected, not elected.
Yeah, because, she's never been selected for the, of course, they got the convention to go through, but, that just through over 14 million voters who voted for Biden in the primary, just slapped them in the face,
Yeah, they don't seem to care about that, do they?
No, that's what I'm saying. She's selected, not elected. Yeah, I mean, this all happened so fast, they just, I'll tell you what, this is no lie. Think how fast they dropped Joe. They dropped Joe faster than a toddler dropping their ice cream cone.
Yeah. I'm trying to see. I don't know. That might be. Oh, Dad, I'm so your son. I see there's like one speck on the camera, and it's driving me insane.
Is it me or you?
No, it's like.
Well, I'm a speck, all right, but I watched your friend last night.
Which one is that?
Yeah, I see that they've thrown they're now supporting they've dropped RFK and they're supporting Trump. Lori.
Oh, Lori, yeah.
Lori Spencer.
That was kind of an interesting development, wasn't it?
It actually, well, she had it on her channel, but it was actually, I think, on the Billy D show or something.
Yeah. That actually made me respect Lori, that she was willing to very publicly change her mind like that. You know?
Yeah.
I didn't feel like many people would be willing to do that.
She found out about some dirty dealings. Of course, they've all got skeletons in their closet, you know. Yeah. Like I don't know. I haven't caught up with that, but you know, I hear Kamala's got some more dirty dealings going on, kind of like her deal with Willie Brown.
Well, she's the Willie Brown candidate, from what I understand. That's her.
Which wouldn't surprise me. You know.
What do we know about Willie Brown? Who is Willie Brown?
He was the mayor of San Francisco and at one time one of the most influential Democrats in California.
Okay.
And he hired her to work in his office, and in the process, and then he gave her a couple of jobs that other Democrats were mad about, because serving on committees where she'd make $120,000 for 2 meetings, and so, you know, and just different stuff. And get this, at the time they had their affair, Willie was married.
Oh, imagine that.
Of course, you know.
I don't think a politician would do something like that.
Huh.
Not in California.
Not in
San Francisco.
San Francisco. City of Love.
Okay. Willie Brown, born 1934, is an American politician, a member of the Democratic Party, mayor of San Francisco from 96 to 2004, the first African American to hold that office. Yeah. Born in Manola, Texas, where he graduated from high school, Brown moved to San Francisco in 1951. Blah, 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 blah. Brown presided over the dot-com era at a time when San Francisco's economy was rapidly expanding. So I bet he cashed in big on the dot-com era.
Yeah. Because she couldn't get elected to office, and Willie hooked her up, and then, you know, that's how she got to be nominated and get in as Attorney General.
So here it is. Brown's romantic relationship with Alameda County Deputy District Attorney Kamala Harris preceded his appointment of Harris to 2 California state commissions in the mid-1990s. I'm sure just because she was really skilled at her job, probably.
Yeah, which job?
Hey, now. This is a family show, Dad. Of course, we're talking about her job as a top shelf lawyer who failed the bar twice.
There's another thing. She's so intelligent that she actually, you know, it's nothing, you know, a lot of people failed it once, but she failed it twice. And from what I understand, Willie Brown was influential in getting her through.
I like this here. When the appointments became a political issue in Harris's 2003 race for district attorney, she responded, "Whether you agree or disagree with the system, I did the work." Wow, I bet she did. I did the work. Brown's relationship with Harris gained renewed attention in early 2019 after she had become a U.S. senator and ran for president. Brown addressed the questions by publishing a piece in the San Francisco Chronicle titled, "Sure, I dated Kamala Harris. So what?"
Yeah.
He wrote that he may have influenced her career by appointing her to boards and supporting her run for district attorney, but added that he had also influenced the careers of other politicians. Brown noted that the difference between Harris and other politicians he had helped was that Harris is the only one who, after I helped her, sent word that I would be indicted if I so much as jaywalked while she was DA. That's politics for you. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Yeah, she put in the work, all right. She must have been awful good at arching her back.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Listeners, this is my father. I was raised by this man. I'm not responsible for what he says.
I'm not responsible.
I'm just kidding. All right. There is a video I've just found within the past week that I found.
Whether you think it or not, whether you believe it or not, it makes those thoughts run through your brain,
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. I would never have a thought like that.
Of course, Oh, well. Take it from somebody who's a blankety blank and hates blankety blank,
Well, from a racist and a sexist, what can I expect from someone? Oh, here it is.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. The next thing you'll be, you're a misogynist.
Yep. I'm waiting for it. All right, here we go. I want to skip to this one real quick because I didn't see this until this week. I want to see if you've ever seen it. Can you see this video I got up here?
Mike. Long before she met Doug Emhoff, she dated some prominent men, including in 2001, former talk show host Montel Williams.
Can you hear that?
Yeah, I can hear it. I can see it.
Montel Williams. Wasn't he like a daytime talk show host?
Yeah, he was.
Like, what is going on here? So he's walking down the red carpet with two women?
I guess there's one way to get to the top.
Now, one of these...
Back then, he was the famous one and had to introduce her to the paparazzi.
Like, what in the world is that? Why would
she
be
what you would call bottom up politics from the bottom up, I
don't understand it. I can't understand why she is putting herself in this situation. I mean, she'll never be asked.
Also, here's something strange that's happened in the last few days. I don't know if, I'm sure you know of it. GovTrack.us. Okay. They are a nonprofit. Allegedly, they've been doing political polls on politicians and how they vote and different things since at least since 2005.
Okay.
They're a nonprofit, allegedly a non-political organization. It's funny that, they went and deleted the other night. And it's strange. It just all happened at midnight and then suddenly it was gone. They went and deleted their 2009 report on Senator Kamala Harris and how she's voted, and where they had to report back in 2019 where they called her the worst liberal senator in the Senate. And so all that information suddenly disappeared at midnight. And
that is dark.
And they did it in the middle of the night. They gave no explanation, no justification. They simply did it, probably because it didn't fit into the legend. They want to project of Kamala, because now that she's in the race, they're trying to project her as such a justice warrior and project this legend of her. So the narrative of the legend, I guess, is greater than the responsibility to the truth.
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of responsibility to the truth anymore. I do like the Mega Ape. I was thinking of this one. He's he's doing the Joe Biden there. If you don't vote for Kamala, you ain't black. I guess we ain't black, Dad.
Well, what was it? Was it Joy Reid? Yeah, Joy Reid said the other day, said, if you're black and you don't vote for Kamala, then you're crazy. And I'm thinking, how dare, I'll tell you what, then I guess I'm friends. I guess I know a lot of crazy black people, because I know a bunch of them.
You probably do, since you're a racist woman hater.
Like Felicia, but hey, and by the way, I got you a couple new subscribers.
Yeah?
Yeah. Felicia added you tonight.
Added me?
Yeah.
Well, hello, Felicia. Thank you for watching.
I don't know if she's watching, but she will be watching.
Okay, good deal. Well,
and she said she was going to tell her whole family to subscribe.
Oh, well, that's too kind. That's
so
too
that'll
kind.
help. Because
if only they were black, that could help our cause.
Well, come to think of it, I think they are.
Why would they ever listen to us? White racist woman haters.
And here's the thing about it, that whole family, all relatives and friends here, I don't know about the polls, but just from my experience with the people I know, they always voted Democrat, but they have left.
Well, if I could, like, in a dream lab, if I could pick like anyone I could vote for, it would probably be that had ever been in U.S. politics. It would probably be, if I can pull this up here real quick, Cynthia McKinney here. I don't know if you've ever heard of her. She was pretty much ran out of Congress for telling the truth. And I think she ran on the Green Party in 2008. And she was fantastic. I believe she's also black. I don't know if that's true.
Who's that? Who is it?
Cynthia McKinney. Can you see that on the screen there?
Yeah, I don't know her. But, I can think a lot.
She was her and Jesse Ventura, I think, ran together.
I wish Star Parker was in politics.
But, that's my thing, is like,
yeah,
it disgusts me that this is going to be made a giant identity politics thing. If you don't vote for Kamala, then you hate black people and you hate women. And, I wanted to put that up there because for me, that is obviously not true. If I could really pick anybody in America to run, Cynthia would be at the top of my list here. But the thing is, she's honest and her politics are fantastic. And she's so not afraid to tell the truth that they ran her out of Congress, Right.
Right.
So it doesn't have anything to do with that. And it just really kind of makes me sick.
It's not about the color. It's about their policies. So,
yeah, exactly. Let's see what she got ran out for. Me and you might not agree on this, but I think you'll like, she criticized Al Gore.
You don't say.
This is all Cynthia. She criticized Al Gore. She questioned the 9/11 attacks. McKinney published an open letter to Saudi Prince Alawid bin Talal.
She probably believes in UFOs too.
So they ran her out in 2002, I guess. Yeah. She opposed the war in Iraq. We're probably going to disagree with her thoughts on Israel, but I will say her speaking her mind about that got her ran out of the Senate. Or was it the House? I can't remember.
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. The thing is, she was brave enough to speak her mind, even if, you agree with her or not. I respect that she genuinely believed what she believed and was brave enough to say it. And so they ran her butt out of Congress. And I would argue that Kamala has done absolutely the opposite. She has no real beliefs about anything and will just say whatever they want her to say. And that's why she was pushed forward by Hillary Clinton in the State Department. They want her in there.
She's got her advisors, and in the next couple months, they're going to try to promote through PR campaigns a different portrait of who she is.
Well, they're already starting. Isn't it kind of interesting that they've barely said a word about her for years? Years. Now she's everywhere.
She said today, what was it? She wants to, save America. Well, because we're losing our freedom. So, well, okay. Are we saving ourselves from yourself because you are the ones that have been in office?
Yeah.
So. Okay, make it, heck, I just vote for Yosemite Sam and Daffy Duck.
Well, look how they're spinning it now here. Donald Trump pollster warns Kamala Harris likely to take the lead. Do you believe that at all?
I mean, Wile E. Coyote would have better sense.
There was another one I saw. Obama, I think it was Obama likely to endorse Harris. Like, what a story. He's likely to endorse.
Well, she had that, it's one thing if it's spontaneous, but that looks like they got this thing today going on. She received a call from the Obamas. Now she just happened to have it on speakerphone, and who gets a call and then suddenly it's recorded and it's made like into almost a TV commercial. I'm thinking, okay, you recorded the call.
Is this it?
Right there. That's it. That's creepy. I mean, no doubt they probably
just in to CNN. Kamala Harris landing her biggest endorsement to date. Her ascension to the top of the Democratic ticket, all but complete.
I can't have this phone call without saying to my girl Kamala, I am proud of you. This is going to be historic.
We called to say Michelle and I couldn't be prouder to endorse you and to do everything we can to get you through this election and into the Oval Office.
What? There's no way that's real.
And I just noticed something. Between when she answered the phone and right now, the background has changed. Now she's in front of the black. Before she was in front of a sign. Now she's in front of the black. It's like it's been cut and put together.
What in the world?
Listen to it again.
Oh my God. Okay.
Kamala Harris landing her biggest endorsement to date. Her ascension to the top of the Democratic ticket, all but complete.
I can't have this phone call without saying to my girl Kamala, I am proud of you. This is going to be historic.
We called to say Michelle and I couldn't be prouder to endorse you and to do everything we can to get you through.
This is going
now
to
she's okay. So it's a double camera setup that they just happened to be there to capture this moment.
Film and edited it. They edited it for PR purposes. Guarantee you.
We called to say Michelle and I couldn't be prouder to endorse you and to do everything we can to get you through this election and into the Oval Office.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Michelle Brock, this means so much.
Oh my goodness.
I'm looking forward to doing this with the two of you, Doug and I both.
Former President Barack Obama and Michelle Obama both giving Vice President Harris.
Wait, so has she selected her running mate?
No, well,
she said Doug and I both
do that before the convention, because that's probably when she'll do it. Because listen, she's not been elected as the candidate. It's got to go through the convention.
I heard Doug Burnham was her.
I mean, up to this point, she's been selected but not elected.
Right.
Okay. Joe, they just selected her in 24 hours, faster than a, toddler dropping their ice cream cone. And it's like, but if you watch the whole thing, there's a little bit more of it on it somewhere else, but the background changes. And I'm like, okay, you've cut and edited this video.
100%.
Can you see it?
I like Mega Ape here says, say what you will about Trump. At least he's a regular person, businessman with honest flaws, and he's not a career politician. That video is so scripted. That literally sounds like AI. It literally does sound like AI. It doesn't even sound like good AI.
And here's the thing is, all politicians make mistakes. All people do. And we all say something. But that's just in your face. You know what? This is a real phone call, and we think you're stupid.
Well, if it was a real endorsement, Barack and Michelle would be out there doing it.
But you could, I'm sure they called her, but she just so happened to be standing and hit. She just so happened. Now, how often do you get a phone call and you think immediately she's not that smart, okay? She thought immediately to hit the record button.
I just have trouble believing that's a real phone call. I don't know. I mean, it's fake on two levels. Like fake, like they're all pretending fake, which
it's
even if it's real, it's fake in that way. But I'm saying I think it may
it's
be
a PR promotion.
Fake. Because just like Biden didn't write that letter resigning, right?
Is Joe alive?
What is alive?
Alive. He had that phone call, and now he's got the Oval Office. The technology we got today, all that can be done by AI.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I mean, it's so.
I think that might.
He canceled the press conference today. So
Biden did.
Yeah.
Man, there's so much going on. It's hard for me to even keep up with it.
It's chaotic in a way. It's scary, and in another way, it's just right down creepy.
I get that. I felt like she was saying that she said me and Doug. But
her husband. Yeah,
that's her husband,
you're
Doug.
Both together. You're both calling me on the same phone call. Oh, the planets have aligned. I need to. I'll tell you what. I tell you what you do, Kamala. Check your astrology sign. They must. This Mercury is in retrograde, and the stars must be aligned, honey. God, you can't make it.
The people are loving your rants, Dad. We got 6 people watching.
Do they really like my rants, or do they just think that stupid old man?
I don't think so. No.
That's just everybody. I know there's people who got different thoughts on that stuff, but if nothing else, it's entertaining.
It definitely is entertaining. You're watching the final season of America here.
They're probably watching. Oh man, I gotta watch Tyler. I gotta see what that fool's gonna say next.
Well, that's what we want. Okay, I wanted to switch here. I got on Twitter because I was gonna read a thread I found, and I found Mr. Musk had just put this video up. So let's check it out. See what we think.
I, Kamala Harris, am your Democrat candidate for president because Joe Biden finally exposed his senility at the debate. Thanks, Joe. I was selected because I am the ultimate diversity hire. I'm both a woman and a person of color. So if you criticize anything I say, you're both sexist and racist.
There you go.
I may not know the first thing about running the country, but remember, that's a good thing if you're a deep state puppet. I had 4 years under the tutelage of the ultimate deep state puppet, a wonderful mentor, Joe Biden. Joe taught me rule number 1, carefully hide your total incompetence. I take insignificant things and I discuss them as if they're significant. And I believe that exploring the significance of the insignificant is in itself significant.
Talking about the significance of the passage of time, right? The significance of the passage of time. So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time, and there is such great significance to the passage of time.
Another trick is trying to sound.
Oh my God! You can't make it up. My phone.
Wait,
fell.
did I not turn that on? Was that not on the video?
What? No, the picture wasn't. The sound was.
Oh, okay. Well, let's watch it again. That's a good excuse to watch it again.
Oh Lord, you're gonna have me doing laying in the floor flopping.
Good. All right, here we go.
That's good for. Lord,
try to put this. See if I can put this over on this mod.
I'll tell you what. You don't have to pay to go see the comedy show. You can get it for free. Just turn on your TV.
There you go.
Just turn on C-SPAN or something.
Oh, here we go. All right. I'm watching this again.
I, Kamala Harris, am your Democrat candidate for president because Joe Biden finally exposed his senility at the debate. Thanks, Joe. I was selected because I am the ultimate diversity hire. I'm both a woman and a person of color. So if you criticize anything I say, you're both sexist and racist. I may not know the first thing about running the country, but remember,
that's what we need, Dad. We need to stop. We need to. You're both sexist. Here you go, guys. This answers the video for you. You're both sexist.
Sexist and racist.
And racist. There you go. There you go. Are you ready? You better vote for Kamala. Almost made that the thumbnail. Vote for me or I'll say horrible things about you.
I may not know the first thing about running the country, but remember, that's a good thing if you're a deep state puppet. I had 4 years under the tutelage of the ultimate deep state puppet, a wonderful mentor, Joe Biden. Joe taught me rule number 1, carefully hide your total incompetence. I take insignificant things and I discuss them as if they're significant. And I believe that exploring the significance of the insignificant is in itself significant.
Talking about the significance of the passage of time, right? The significance of the passage of time. So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time, and there is such great significance to the passage of time.
Another trick is trying to sound black. I pretend to celebrate Kwanzaa, and in my speeches, I always do my best Barack Obama impression.
So hear me when I say, I know Donald Trump's type.
And okay, look, maybe my work addressing the root causes of the border crisis were catastrophic, but my knowledge of international politics is truly shocking.
The United States shares a very important relationship, which is an alliance with the Republic of North Korea. It is an alliance that is strong and enduring.
And just remember, when voting this November, it is important to see what can be unburdened by what has been. And by what has been, I mean Joe Biden. Do you think the country went to shit over the past 4 years? You ain't seen nothing yet.
That was pretty awesome. That was some great editing. Very impressive. What were your thoughts on that, Father? Are you there? Are you frozen, Dad? He's frozen, ladies and gentlemen. We'll have to wait for him to come back. I thought that was quite incredible. Perfect editing. I don't know what more can be said. Like I thought when I came on here, I'm like, what am I going to say that people aren't already saying? But I think it's just important that as many of us say it as possible. I think of independent media of this type as like almost like cryptocurrency mining. You might not be the one that finds the hash, but it's good that you try. It helps secure the network. So as many people as we can get on here doing this, the more we can secure the network. And that's good. And Pops is back. Did you freeze up for a second, Pops?
Yeah, it went plumb off, so I had to just re-enter the studio.
That's okay.
That must be some of the deep state henchmen trying to interrupt things. I mean, like, but you know, he was talking about, oh my goodness, Oh Lord, help me. The
Yeah, I like Mega Ape said that video sounds more real than the Obama call.
Yeah, because guess I just I hate women. I'm a racist misogynist.
Right, that's what Kamala said.
Racist misogynist.
Yep, you nailed it.
Well,
at least you know what you are.
At least, yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, sexist
and racist, sexist and racist, sexist and racist.
And if you don't vote for me, if you don't vote for
her, she's pointing at you right there, guys. Sexist and racist. You better get it. Get it, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm really nervous. I won't sleep tonight worried about whether they're going to come and get me,
Oh, man. Mega Ape here said, Trump the only option, honestly. RFK maybe, but really it's got to be Trump. I've been thinking about this. The past few elections, I felt like it was always fun to be like above it. Like, you know what? I'm not going to pick one of the two major parties. I don't want to get my hands dirty. I want to maintain the Garland-Nixon floating up here, like I would
you don't
never
have to belong to a party or partake that are, lean one way or the other to vote for the best candidate.
Well, I feel at this point, a lot of people on my, what we call the true whatever left media, like working class, all the people I listen to want Trump to win. I know they do, but then they're like trying to be like, well, I'm not going to get down in the mud and actually vote for him, but
you got to realize if a bunch of people lay out and don't vote, then but the thing about it is, we got to go with what they're making available to us. So,
yeah.
And if RFK if he was leading the polls and all that, it's very unlikely a third party's going to win. But here's the thing about if he was doing well, then they'd be trying to take him out.
Well, I mean, for me, it's like you want to. I understand people that are like, I don't think you should vote for somebody just because they're going to win. I think you should vote for the best candidate, and I get that. Me and you have both voted for like third-party candidates that we knew were never going to win. We've done that before.
Right, exactly.
But I still feel like there's one of the two that you want to win. I'm not saying you should vote for them because they're not going to win, but I also feel like you're not you're not any better than anybody else if you don't, or you're not any worse if you do, especially if you want one to win more than the other one.
If you're scared of being called names, if that bothers you, then maybe you ought to vote. But I don't think most people, And here you go. You got a lot of people who are going to vote one way, but they don't want to admit it, so they'll tell you they're going to vote another way.
Right.
And
I wanted to go through some of these here real quick, Dad. I don't know who this guy is. I'm sure somebody will be like, "Oh my goodness, I can't believe you put up his stuff." But I thought it was interesting. I saw this thread on Twitter, and it's worth looking at. He said, if you know someone who could vote for Kamala Harris, send them this thread. Here's the first one. He said she's a race-baiting idiot. Jussie Smollett is one of the kindest, most gentle human beings I know. I'm praying for his quick recovery. I don't know if I agree with that one. She's vapid and uninspiring. Here are 4 straight minutes of her being unburdened.
Burdened by what has been. What could be unburdened by what had been? What can be unburdened by what has been?
What can be unburdened by what has been?
There you go.
Oh, Lord.
I'm going to skip
come
the
up
Black
with a new
Lives
line.
Matter
You
one.
repeated that one so many times. God, is your speechwriter is your speechwriter 6 years old?
Right.
My God.
Yeah, Gavin, I agree, man. I agree.
You got a child writing her speeches.
Gavin said Donald Trump is honestly better than Jill Stein on some issues. That's hard for me to disagree with. You know, I'm sure there's other things I disagree with Trump about, but I mean, the main thing would be like with JD Vance and Trump. I guess I disagree with him about Israel, but I disagree with you about Israel, and you're my father. Like it's like, so, to me, that's and who else are you gonna get? Is Jill Stein gonna stop the war in the Middle East? Come on. Come on. She was sent to Europe to prevent the Russian invasion of Ukraine, where she provoked Putin. A day later, he invaded. What did she say about Putin here? Let me see.
See, here's one reason they're working so hard for a ceasefire right now, because if they can get one before the election, then it will help them politically, see. But that, to me, that makes no difference one way or the other, because when you get in there, you're going to have all these crazy policies. You know, you're going to save us? What are you going to do? Oh, Lord. You know, and she said that, you know, she was a puppet by, you know, mentored by another puppet. Now thinking, yeah, and both puppets are kind of like, you know, being held by the same man. You know, both puppets are being held by a former ex-president. So, so
yeah, I get what you're saying.
I was careful not to say the name, but anybody out there knows who in the heck I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, we know who you're talking about.
They ain't political savvy at all.
What did she say here?
But if you believe Putin has made up his mind, what leverage do you really have? Why not put those sanctions in place now?
The purpose of the sanctions has always been and continues to be deterrence. But let's also recognize the unique nature of the sanctions that we have outlined. These are some of the greatest sanctions, if not the strongest, that we've ever issued.
That's as much as I can take of that one. She thinks we need to reduce population in order to stop climate change. I couldn't believe she said this. This clip is crazy.
She's the one that said, you know, don't you like school buses? School buses go here. School buses go there. School buses go everywhere. That's why they call them school buses. When she's talking about electric school buses, she said, oh, we need electric school buses. Who doesn't love a yellow school bus?
Right.
And I'm like, okay. Are you still riding one to kindergarten or what? No, kindergarten, she didn't make it that far. She failed the bar exam twice. She's probably going to preschool, law school, pre-K law school, pre-K law school.
All right, pre-K law school. Look at this one. I couldn't believe she said this. Listen to this.
Think about the impact on something like public health. When we invest in clean energy and electric vehicles and reduce population, more of our children can breathe clean air and drink clean water. Think about the impact on something like public health. When we invest in clean energy and electric vehicles and reduce population.
Reduce population. Hey, look, we got a Salem Tigers. We got a native in here.
Oh yeah.
Reefer Paul. He says Reefer Paul is better than Trump on most issues.
Yeah.
Reefer Paul.
Reefer
Who could
Paul.
that be? A brave local showing their name.
Yeah, Reefer Paul. You know, his poor Paul. You know, bless his heart. You know, his second home was a treatment center.
Put Reefer Paul on blast. How about Chief Wannadoobie? Salem Tigers. What about Chief Wannadoobie?
I heard one of our esteemed politicians say today, said, you know, this is a race between a prosecutor and a convicted criminal.
That's their favorite line now.
And said, you know, and we know that we need to elect a prosecutor because they will know how to deal with an ex-con. And I'm thinking, you people are nuts.
That's been workshopped for quite a while. You can tell.
Oh, Lord. They're going to wear that out. She'll say that more. She's going to say convicted criminal more times than she does.
More than McDonald's says I'm loving it.
No, she's going to say it more than she has said the significance of time or unburdened by the past, you know.
This is my favorite one that I've seen. I want a printout of this one. I would like, here is a mosaic.
You have the brain capacity to be troubled by the past, you know, first.
Here is a mosaic of Kamala Harris made out of the black men she kept in prison beyond their sentences to use as free labor for the state of California.
Oh, yeah. And she denied, in fact, there was one guy that she sentenced to death row, and he served, I forget how many years, and he was innocent. And she, the whole time he was in there until she got out, there was new evidence, and she refused to let it be admitted.
Yeah.
She prosecuted him, put him in jail, and then she put a bar she would not allow. Then they had new evidence to say he was innocent, and he got released, and then he tried to sue him, you know, because he had been wrongly imprisoned. But that's the kind of person you deal with, you know. Why wouldn't you want a man to be free if he was innocent? What is wrong with you? It was about, well, probably it was a deal like, you know, I convicted him and I can't be proved that I was wrong in my judgment. Yes, you were wrong.
Could be, or it could just be politically advantageous to her to not care what the truth is.
Oh yeah, either way. Well, you know, her pride is greater than the responsibility to the truth. So,
not Kamala. Surely not.
Her narrative, this legend they're trying to create of what a wonderful political career she's had. Yeah, well, how'd you get there, you know?
Well, I will say that. I was thinking about that. I learned J.D. Vance, he went to work with Peter Thiel, and regardless of what you think about Peter Thiel, he made his money in finance before he ever went into politics. Vance did. Trump made his money in real estate. You know, he inherited money from his dad. I get that. But how did Kamala make her money? In politics, right?
This is it. This is for your audience right here. Okay. Now, first of all, they're all trying to investigate Trump because he was a billionaire before he became president. I am more interested in investigations into politicians who came into office who had nothing and are suddenly now millionaires.
Yep. Yeah. Nancy Pelosi. She sure can pick a stock, can't she?
Lord. They had a discussion on that this week, trying to block politicians from, you know, trading stocks. They said, well, and it's like one guy said, you know, well, what difference is it going to make? Said, you know, they can still, maybe they can't use the information, but unless you do something about it, you know, their family can, their spouse can.
That's right.
I mean, they're not under, you know, maybe they can say, well, I didn't use that information, but I gave it to my spouse and they did, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, there's no end to it, you know. So.
You nailed it, Dad. Well,
it's a deep rabbit hole, and you better take more than just a lunch if you go down there. Because you're going to be there a while.
That's a good line. Mega Ape is taking off. Y'all gentlemen have a good night now. God bless you. Look at that. David Smith is in the chat. Reefer Paul is better than most people.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, I don't think, you know, let's not. You go ahead.
Oh, no. Let me, oh, Lord. The only person we lack and we would get kicked off probably. Hello, Dave. How are you? We would
Papa
probably
G.
get kicked out because of Dave's my buddy. Anyway,
Dave.
we get kicked off because if we got Bill on here, oh my goodness, we'd
have to go to Rumble. We could probably get people to watch if we did the first hour on YouTube, and then we do the after party, an hour with Bill Smith on Rumble. Come to Rumble to hear Bill, because we'll definitely get kicked off YouTube. But David, if you want to be on here, you should. I'll send you the link next week, and you can break down what's going on in America with me and Papa G. We're doing Political Fridays here. You don't even have to keep up with it. We just like to hear your funny comments. You know what I mean? The first has him. I don't know what that means. But yeah, as far as Reefer Paul, I don't think we should bring people like Reefer Paul into our morality.
No.
Reefer Paul,
Like I said,
Jesus Christ. There's few people we can live up to like that.
Yeah.
The FBI has him as Bill Smith. We could have the sons, the father and son podcast.
Always tried to help him out a little bit, you know. Because some of it he couldn't help, you know. So
amen to that. So well, Pops, I got company over here. My brother-in-laws are over here. For you listeners, my brother-in-laws are like half my age. They're younger teenage folk. They like to come over and play video games. So they're over here. If anybody wants to support the channel, there's links in the description. Probably buy me a coffee. Here's my favorite, because you can give once, or you can sign up like Patreon, either one. And anything I get, I'm gonna buy a coffee for Dad right there. He's already got some, but I'll buy him one. And Davey, I hope
24 hours a day.
Hot pots. Dad's always got hot pots. But yeah, Davey, I hope you'll drop by next week. I'll send you the link, and you can hop in here. We had some good chats, and I love y'all. God bless you, and we'll go out on this beautiful mosaic of the people that Kamala Harris, the black men that Kamala Harris put in prison. So I don't know how you're probably not going to see that much on the news. What do you say, Dad? Probably not.
Yeah. No, you ain't gonna hear about that. If you do, it's gonna be like it's gonna be like the GovTrack USA. It's gonna suddenly at midnight. Now that you've mentioned it at midnight, you better look at it now, because at midnight it'll be deleted.
That's right, 100%. All right, well, I love y'all. God bless, and we'll see you next week. Peace out, Pops. Peace out, Davey. Love y'all.
Love y'all. Love you, Davey.
Bye, everybody.
Yeah.